with your girl Joy from Be the Difference Clothing. You know, I have to always do my quick check to see if I'm buffering or how much I'm buffering because we all know I definitely dislike the buffering effect. So let me see what's going on over here. So, how is everybody doing? I hope your day was amazing. I hope it was great. Make sure, if possible, that you are liking, sharing, and subscribing to Be the Difference Clothing and also tuning in every night to Hello World. So, how was your day, guys? Hey, Anna. Hey, Storage Pirate. Ricardo. How are you guys? Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Um, Yes, guys. So I actually was trying to hang on and wait on a little bit for my guest tonight, but I don't know what happened. We were talking just a minute ago, and now there is radio silence. So I'll give her a couple more minutes. Hey, Orlando, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. This is your first time here. Hi, Mary Zells. Hey, Eat Sleep Amazon. Hi, my grapevines for you. Yes. How is everyone doing? Yes. I am extremely tired today. I but I did have a good day. So you know I have to tell you the rundown. I woke up this morning, still very early, and I went to work and I got some meditation in. Um, I also I also did some prayers. What else did I do? Work was pretty, pretty calm and smooth for the most part. I really cannot complain. Um, what else happened? I didn't go to the gym today, guys. I didn't step one foot into the gym at all because the bottom of my foot on my right foot is still really hurting so badly. So I figured I'll take a day off today, maybe tomorrow, and then go back on Saturday or Sunday. Um, yeah, Orlando. Where did we meet? I think this is the first time I'm meeting you for the first time. And it seems like you know everybody here in the chat, so that's amazing and it's great. I appreciate you coming by. I'm going to share the chat to some of my social media outlets just in case they want to come on tonight and watch a video of me doing some things. So yeah, the bottom of my foot is really bothering me. Even yesterday, guys, I took a class, one of the I took one of the classes and my and one part of taking the class you had to do like the steps where you're just running up and down, running up and down, running up and down, running up and down. And as I was running up and down, I was running on that foot and it was hurting even more. And so I think I just damaged it for a few days. So that's that. And so oh my goodness, guys, I ate like nobody's business tonight. I had 2 meals and a half tonight. And you would have thought I had a bottomless pit. Like you would probably be like, you know what? I can't believe you eat like that. Or you're capable of eating like that because I'm, considered thinner. But yeah, I can eat. I love eating. I like food. That's pretty much one of my favorite things to do. Maybe not one of my favorite things to do, but I do like to eat. And yes. So, guys, um, since I don't see where my guest is, I'm going to just put the link in the chat. If you guys want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. And, we can chit chat until they appear. See, I know, sometimes you plan for things and sometimes those things don't always go according to plan. So, whatever the case may be, we still gotta meet, right? We still have to encourage each other. We still have to inspire. So in any event, if she doesn't show up tonight, then I can always have her come back another day, right? There's never ever a bad time or a wrong time to be inspired. Um, hey, NASCAR man says your device is not connected. Now it is. Hey guys, look who it
Hello.
is.
What's up,
Hey
everybody?
James Walk. Hey Beth Collins.
Ouch.
Hey Jamie. Wait a second, guys. You know how I'm always talking about Jamie from Let's Talk with Jamie. That's Jamie right there. So make sure you guys say hello to her. Her streams are funny. I love your accent, Jamie. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. So guys, check her out, and definitely Jamie, check them out as well. So yes, Derek, how are you? How was your day?
Not bad. Doing good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. So just been listing.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I've been trying to work out different ways of doing things with my company as well today and yesterday and all that other good stuff. So I hope some things will get into motion. So we'll see what happens.
That's cool.
Hmm.
So I saw that you had some you crazy when you saw my merchandise, and I just added more to it today.
Oh, really? I have to look. I saw the pants. Guys, if you haven't seen it, hey, Flatter. If you haven't seen it, go check out NASCAR Man's 3345. His channel and his description is his website. He has some cute leggings and they're dope. So check him out. Support him, guys. Support all of us. All of us are trying to do good things and cool things. So just support all of our endeavors as much as you can. Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hmm. Let's see. Ricardo was here too. Hey, Ricardo. How are you?
Good.
Good. Is your computer back up yet?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm using my iPad.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Hey, Michelle. Michelle, did you get your mail yet? I'm hoping that she got it. Oh, there she is. My special guest is here. So let me have her come on, guys. You can stay there as well. I'm just going to have her come on and she's going to talk about what she does
okay.
and we can listen. So, guys, I'd like to introduce you to Theeany. Theeany is basically, in a nutshell, like a life coach. And I've known Theeany for a very long time. I'm not going to tell you how long because I don't want you to guess my age or anything like that. But I've known Theeany for a while and we pretty much just reconnected ever since I kind of went back on my personal page on Facebook because I had been banning Facebook for like years. Since I was like, you know what, I don't want to put too much of my personal life, and then people see that from my business to my personal, blah blah blah. But
Mhm.
anyway, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to the chat and also the panel, Theeany. Hey, girl.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Good. How you
How are
doing?
you?
Good.
Good. I am excited to be here. This is my first time in a StreamYard platform, and
Mhm.
I am loving this setup.
Yeah.
Like, I really like this.
You
It's so
can
nice to meet you
spotlight her too,
guys.
Joy, if you want to.
How
Just
do I do that?
just hit up on her. There's a little white box above her, and
Uh-huh.
if you click on that, and she'll.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Oh, I really like this setup. Like, this is so much better than like Facebook
And
Live and Insta.
hmm
Like, this is awesome.
right, and then
All right.
she can put banners like your name's down on the bottom. There's a lot of things you can do with this, and this is free.
Wow.
This is free for right now.
This is awesome. I love this. Thank you guys so much. Joy, thank you for inviting me. It's
Yes.
so nice to meet everybody. So, yes, I have known Joy for a very long time. I'm not going to tell you how long because she doesn't want you to know how old she is. I'm not going to tell her.
We can
But
figure it out.
yes. But Joy, oh my gosh, she has been awesome. And I actually know Joy's first name, but I'm not going to say it.
Girl,
But
you
I
have
always
not.
tease her. I always
Girl.
tease her about it. I always tease her about it because I love her first name. But it is an honor to be on this platform and to meet everyone. So what she was saying is correct. Part of what I do, I'm a cognitive behavioral coach. It's a little bit different from life coaching. With life coaching, it is goal driven, and it's mainly about setting goals, accomplishing those goals, and how to get there. What I do goes almost like a prerequisite before um, life coaching, because what I do is focus on identifying and addressing your thought life and your thought patterns and how you think. I'm really looking at any self-defeating or negative thoughts that may be going on and looking at adopting a better way of thinking. And what led me to this journey was um, I had done research for a long time, and I looked at a case study, and the statistics said that the average person, like me, you, Joy, everybody, the average person has 50,000 negative thoughts a day.
Mm.
And when I read that, I was like, this cannot be like for real. Like 50,000 negative thoughts a day. But then the research went on to say what we would consider negative, well, what the study would consider negative is not necessarily what we would consider negative. So, for instance, like, you forget your keys or something like that on the coffee table. It's like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Why would I forget my keys? That right there is a negative thought pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking, how much more, and it doesn't even take into account people, what they call the outliers, or people who are in marginalized groups, like people who have mental illness, chronic mental illness, or people of certain socioeconomic status, or people who are of a different culture, different race. So it kind of generalizes. But the fact of the matter is that we have 50,000 negative thoughts a day. And I know from just personal experience how much my thoughts affected how I lived my life and how far I went. And then I started to think about how many opportunities I did not even approach because I defeated myself before I even got there. Like, I didn't even get myself to the starting line to get in the race. Like, I defeated myself before then because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think I was this enough or that enough. And I just see that there is such a lack of love for oneself
Well,
here in society. Like, we do not, it's almost like we are predisposed to be hard on us in general. Like, we don't think anything about ourselves. And what we don't realize is that how we treat ourselves is we teach people how to love us by how we love ourselves.
that's right.
And so it's very telling. And so that's what led me to doing cognitive behavior coaching as opposed to life coaching. And to me, life coaching is awesome. But I see that there is a deficit because it's okay. You can set goals all day, but if you don't think that you're good enough to accomplish them, you will never get to those goals. So what I do is help people to change the way that they think. So, and in that changing how they think, they kind of discover who they are. So that's why I always say, like, my motto is helping people discover who they are by changing the way that they think.
I think Joy does. I think Joy does that every day when she comes on.
Yes, let me tell you, Joy has always been like a positive person.
Aww.
And like, she's always been encouraging. We, being in college and everything, we weren't roommates, but like we kind of hung out almost in the same kind of circles and stuff. But Joy was never like the person that gossiped, that got into a whole bunch of drama, that was just, she was always encouraging. She always had like a good outlook on things.
Wow.
And she always had something positive to give you, even if you didn't want to hear it. Like, even if you were just wanted to be annoyed that day, like, it didn't matter because she was going to give you like her name. She was going to give you joy. So Joy, like and so when I connected back with her and I saw like this awesome thing that she's doing, I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing, Joy. So I'm proud of her. I'm
Wow.
proud of her.
Okay,
She's good
well,
people.
just so you know, Theeany,
Mm-hmm.
Joy met me probably what 6 months ago. You think, Joy?
It hasn't been that
That you,
long. It feels like
yeah.
only 3 months.
No, well, I've been on since January doing this really
Mm-hmm.
hard. My history, just giving you a little backdrop. A lot of the people in the chat know. I've had 2 strokes and I'm legally blind.
Okay.
So to being on here and learning about how to do things a whole different way now.
Yeah.
And I met up with Darlene, which is Norgus
Norgus
R,
R.
which is in the chat. And I met up with a great crew, and
Mm-hmm.
we talk every morning, and that gave me some of the inspiration to get up and do stuff.
Amazing.
And I'm learning I'm on Macari now. I have my own merchandise now. I'm selling.
Awesome.
So it's a strive, and I know Joy. But as soon as she met me, she was like, "Yup," and we all bust each other's chops. It's, "Hey, that's coming."
That's awesome. That is so
So
awesome. And
same thing
okay,
with
so
Ricardo. Ricardo, my boy over here, my little sidekick, my little small sidekick over there. You know, we're getting him out of his shell finally, and he's being a strong man that he is.
awesome.
You know,
And it's good. I always say sometimes it takes
Yes.
like one person,
Hmm.
one person to kind of see that in
Mhm.
you, because a lot of times I always say this, like, we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes we don't know our own strengths. Sometimes we don't know, that we are kind of good because, like I said, we're predisposed to be so negative on ourselves. And so sometimes it takes like that one person to see something in you to kind of light that switch, and you know what I mean, and the light bulb
Yeah.
goes off and it's just like, oh, okay. And even if just it's like a small glimmer of something, that's enough to get you going.
I mean, I see the light bulb every time. Look at Joy's face; you can see it in her right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
she's like,
right.
that
I'm
was
just
Joy.
excited. I'm just
I,
excited.
I called her one night. She put the number in the chat, and she
Hmm.
goes, just if anybody wants to talk and call me. And I called her, and they got the answering machine the first time. I said, I got to call back. Something's going
Hmm.
on here. And she
Yeah,
answered the
yeah.
phone, and she's like, "Are you kidding me? You're calling me? Oh, this
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
So Theonie, if people
Yes.
wanted to like
And
see
and
what kind of go ahead, Ricardo.
it wasn't for Joy.
Oh, hey Tracy. So Theonie, if
No,
if
I'm just
people
saying that
wanted
I
to,
wouldn't. It wasn't for Joy.
yeah, he can't hear because he's working off an iPad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if people wanted to like reach out to you for your services or just to
Hmm.
even know more about how you can, help them find themselves, how could they do
Yes.
that?
By all means, I am on. If you're all blah, 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 can't talk today. If you are on Facebook, you can look me up. It is Finding Your Voice hyphen cognitive behavioral coaching, or you can email me at finding.your.voice1980.
Hold on 1 second. I'm writing this. Finding dot
Okay.
your dot
Dot
voice.
voice
Uh-huh.
1980
Uh-huh.
at gmail.com.
Okay. So guys, I put her email in the chat. If you want to send her
Yes.
email, I'm sure she can talk to you. Theonie has always been a very good person, so I don't see
Oh,
why
God, I
she
love
wouldn't.
you.
Does
Absolutely.
that give us a hint, Joy? 1980.
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
He cracked the code. Oh
I don't know who code.
no.
Like I'm ageless.
Yeah.
He is
Well,
timeless, honey. Classic.
Right.
let's just
Yes.
say I remember wearing bell bottoms and butterfly collars. So
I remember
Oh,
those
okay.
too.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
So yes,
can you say your Facebook page again?
yes. Finding your voice slash, or what do they call that?
Backslash
Oh, it's
or
hyphen. It's a hyphen.
hyphen.
Hyphen cognitive behavioral coaching. And yeah, by all means, if you have any questions about coaching, if you want to book a session, I'm extremely affordable, because I'm doing this out of love, and I don't want to break anybody's pockets. That's the other thing. A lot of clinicians, God bless them, but a lot of clinicians kind of look to make a lot of money. And it's labeled a helping profession, whether you're in psychiatry, whether you're in counseling or social work. It's a helping profession. And not everybody has the financial capability, to hire like a top tier clinician. But just because you can't necessarily afford it doesn't mean that you don't deserve quality care. And, a person who is really vested and really seeing you live your potential and live your best self and be your best self. So that's why I always try to make things very affordable.
Anything else you want to tell everybody?
I am excited to meet you all. And I'm
Can
going
you
to be joining.
Can you see the chat at all? Probably not, right?
No, I don't see a chat. No.
Okay. Anna said hello.
Hi,
There were a couple
Anna.
of people that said hello and whatnot.
Hi.
My Great Fine said she sees babies or something like that. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Am I doing something? Should I be clicking something
No,
to see the chat?
I don't know. Like, Derek, do you know, can she see the chat from her cell phone? Because I've never done it from a cell phone.
She can see it from a cell phone, but it's very hard.
No.
Okay.
It's very, very small. You have to turn your camera lengthwise, and then you have to pump up the chat it should put it on the right hand side of the chat. If not, then
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what I'll do? The next time I join you guys, I'll do it from my laptop then.
If you do it from the laptop, what you want to do is, like I have it here. I have my laptop screen split, so I have you guys on one side and the chat open on the left side.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Then I will definitely do that then. So Ricardo, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, we can hear you, Ricardo, buddy.
Well, actually, I'm using my wife's phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you muted yourself, Storage.
Ricardo, unmute yourself, bud.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, what about there?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, how about there?
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay. Ricardo, storage part. Ricardo, been selling on eBay since '99. Do Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Etsy. What else? I go to. I think basically.
Okay.
It's a little broken. The
audio.
Ricardo is a little broken. It's a little choppy. Could be the internet.
Well, you guys that are entrepreneurs on Mercari and eBay, I need to get your expertise because I've been trying to get rid of these Coach bags for like 3 months now, and I am not getting bites. Oh, I need to get your expertise.
Mercari is really good. If you want to have them pay for the shipping, you don't have to pay for it. All you have to do is put a label out, and it works great. And they take 10% of what your sales are. eBay, it's a little more tedious. You have to measure the bag. You have to do a whole aspect on it. And then the best bet with pocketbooks is either Etsy or Poshmark.
Now, see, I'm on Poshmark, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe I need to lower the price though.
What do you have them at?
Well, one I have at 200,
Okay.
and then the other is 150. But the one bag that I got, it's when it was in season, it was $600. Now I didn't pay $600 for it; it was gifted to me.
Right.
But the other bag was 425. So I don't know.
I know the problem that a lot of people have with that stuff is there's so many fakes.
Right.
And that's the thing where I know eBay is even cracking down on a lot of that stuff. They want to see receipts. They want to see serial numbers. So
right.
The best bet. I mean, where are you at?
I'm on Poshmark, and then I even tried to do Facebook Marketplace. I just haven't gotten any offers or anything.
No, what I'm saying is location. Like I know Joy's in Jersey.
I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas.
What you doing in Texas, girl?
You're in Texas.
I told you I moved out here.
Since when?
2 years ago.
What? Why are you?
Oh my God.
Why are you all the way in Texas?
I'm in Texas. I moved out here to start over. To hit the reset button on my life.
Now,
I know
if you're in Texas, if you're near San Antonio.
No, I'm in like North Dallas. I'm actually like about a half hour outside of downtown Dallas.
Okay, because my our friend Tiffany Easley Amazon's in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, she's in Louisiana, but she's originally from Texas.
Gotcha.
You need to go into Dallas, and you need to go into some basic. Even go into Coach itself. I know there's one in talk to them and just get a certification from them, because that's what's going to happen with you with trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace. And all those people are so leery now that they're not legit. Yeah. And I know people will be Tiffany's saying that would love to meet up with you one day.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, Super Dell, what's going on? Super Dell, I have a special guest. It's Theeany. She's talking about how to prepare yourself before going to life coaching. So she's definitely dope. I believe her link is in the chat somewhere. If you want to check her out, and everybody, please always be nice to Super Dell, and Super Dell, please be nice to everybody.
Is that the one that gave you is that the one that gave you the shout out?
Yes. Oh my goodness! It almost made me cry.
I got you, my man. You're good.
Yeah. Ricardo, if you want to come back in, you can.
Tell her to even look me if she's on Facebook. Tell her just send me a friend request on Facebook.
Okay.
She put your link in. She put your link in the chat, so she got you.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really good. So and she is amazing at Amazon. That's all she does is Amazon. Cool. But a lot of that stuff you have to be extra careful with. That's why I said go into some of the higher end Dallas. Okay. Yeah.
And see, I didn't even know that you could do that. Like you could go to Coach and get like a certification, because I have the bags, and I even took a picture of like the serial number that they have like imprinted on the inside of the bag.
Right.
And I didn't know that. Thank you.
What they do is because they like this stuff. And what happens is if you get the right person that works there or has a manager, will tell you more information, and they might even put it on consignment for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I'm on it.
See, a lot of people, that's how, when I told Joy and I've told everybody, we have a morning show that we do. It's I'm with Darlene in the morning. That's August R. But I do a show, a midday break room, and it's all about reselling and how we do things. But we always say the best thing to do is network. If you don't network, you're not going to get anywhere, and you're not going to learn.
Right.
So if you take it to that step and say you walk in the Coach, and they might be like, "Oh, that's a great bag. This is what it is. This is we got the serial number. Everything's on the computer with them. If they're serial, And they might say,
Right.
you know what? We have people looking for that bag. We take 25%, but we can put it
Right.
on consignment for you.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Thank you
Instead of
so
you
much for that.
instead of you trying to fight with Facebook Marketplace and having, I'm interested. You have 50 people interested and never show up.
Right. Right.
So,
That's true.
but,
Okay. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Ricardo, how's your audio?
Better.
there
Okay.
you go.
So I
Yeah,
think Theeany was
I li-
asking you, what were you asking him, Theeany?
I was just saying, if tell me a little bit about yourself because
oh, okay. Um, I I sell on eBay. I've been on eBay since '99.
okay.
I've been on Craigslist forever. I sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
Um, I go to the flea market. I buy storage units,
Oh, so like
and I live in
Storage
Corpus Christi.
Wars.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas too. I live in Corpus.
Oh, cool. So you're like 6 hours from me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, you get the beach. All we have is heat and
I know.
humidity.
I know.
Well, it's so awesome to meet you guys. I love this setup. I really do like this.
Hey, Wayne Thompson, welcome back to Hello World. And also, shout outs to, where is the name? Blonded Naders, hello. And Dark Dude, what's going on? Welcome to Hello World. I think this is your first time, Dark Dude, in here. But Blonded, I think you were here yesterday, so thank you for coming out. Guys, you know what was still stuck in my mind from yesterday? I don't know if you guys were here, but Dad's Vintage actually came in my chat live.
Yep.
And so his daughter was, walking around, and then we talked about vision boards. And so hopefully if Dad's Vintage, if they get a chance to that, she'll like work on her vision boards. I'm so excited to be like
Awesome.
out. And she's only like 6 or 7. So I was
Yeah,
like,
second grader. Yep.
That's awesome.
maybe she could tell her friends and all. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
All these kids can be like better prepared than all of us were.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Lady T's.
Theeany,
Yes.
Tiffany's wondering if you have an Instagram.
I do. Think.
I was
It
just
is.
on your Instagram too.
It's simply _ Theeany.
Okay. Did you get that? We'll type that in for her.
Let me
And
see. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna put it in the chat here.
Oh, you can do it?
she's probably went to her laptop now, right?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, what the heck did I just do?
You gotta be careful pressing buttons.
Yeah.
I know.
Knock
So
yourself out.
what made you want to get into the field, Theeany?
Well, I'd always been in the field of psychology and counseling. That was my major in college. I always wanted to be in the field of psychology. But once I spoke with, I remember one of my professors, and just the light bulb just came on, because I thought I was going to go into the vein of being a psychologist. But when I was talking to him, he said, but it sounds like what you want to do is more counseling. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be like a psychologist doing a whole bunch of testing. And he said, okay, you would get your PhD or your PsyD if you wanted to teach on the college level, or if you wanted to do research and have your research published, or if you wanted to be like a clinician and do like psychological testing and stuff. He said, if you want to counsel, you want to get your licensed professional counselor certification. And what you just need to do is, first get your master's degree. So I was an undergrad then. So I was like, oh, light bulb. Thank you. Okay. So finished undergrad, and it took me 6 years to apply for grad school. Why? Because of how I was thinking. I didn't think I was smart enough. I didn't think that I would be able to, if I did get in, I wouldn't be able to hold the workload, like all of these self-defeating thoughts. And I bumped into my senior advisor from undergrad, and she just lit a fire under my butt like no other. Like she was like, okay, hold on. So you don't think that you're smart enough. She said, if you didn't think you were smart enough, you wouldn't have been accepted into Georgian court. You would not have completed your your undergraduate degree. Why do you think that you're not? And then she just started to basically give me all of my strengths. Like she just told me all of my strengths. And they were things that I didn't even think about myself. And that moment was like, wow, I want to be that to people. Like I want to be the one to light the fire under them and to show them like you are worth it. You can do this. Like you have this ability. You have this strength. Like you're good at these things, because again, it's like you don't know what you don't know. And if you're constantly thinking 50,000 negative thoughts a day, you're not paying attention to the good that's there. You're only focused on the negative. So I was like, I want to be that. So she made me apply. So I applied to grad school. I finished that. And it took me another couple of years again. And so I said, okay, this year, 2019, I am going to take my licensed professional test. I am taking that test this year. So before the end of the year, I have to take that. But before that, I went through courses for certification in cognitive behavioral coaching. And what I love about it is that it takes actual techniques and strategies in what they call CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. You take those actual strategies and you utilize them in a coaching session. So it's a lot of looking at what you're thinking about and kind of putting those thoughts on trial. Like, how rational is that everybody in the office hates you? Like, is that, let's think about that. Think about how that really is. And once you kind of put those kind of negative thoughts on trial, you start to see that you disarm them and they don't have power over you anymore and they don't affect you in that way anymore. And then it's helping that person adopt a new way of thinking or reframing the situation. So CB coaching works really well for people, for everybody, like of all ages, because everybody has thoughts. And so that's why I always say, like, CB coaching is for everybody, because everybody has thoughts. We all have them. But it really, I have worked with people in business where it's been really, really beneficial because they are in a management position and they manage people. And, so there's all these different personalities and all these different things that they have to deal with. And for an example, I had one person say that, everybody in her house hates her. And I'm like, well, why does everybody hate you in your house? She's like, they say I just come home and I lash out. And so I just kind of helped her follow the trail. Like, well, where did that start? Well, it kind of started at work because the employees that she was managing, they were not being respectful of her time. They weren't doing their work. It was a whole bunch of things. And she felt frustrated and not heard. So she took that frustration and took it home and just kind of unleashed on her husband and her kids. And, they're just reacting to what they're given. So it's looking at those type of situations, reframing it, and then helping them to adopt a better way of thinking. And so with that, it's the thought that your thoughts create behavior. Your behavior trigger emotions. Those emotions trigger thoughts, which trigger behavior, which trigger emotions. It's this whole cycle. And so if you change the thought to a more positive thought, it'll trigger a positive behavior, which will trigger a positive emotion. And that's what cognitive behavioral coaching is. It's helping you to recalibrate and re-trigger more positive thoughts so that the behaviors and the emotions will follow.
Right.
Girl, we talk about that every night here on air on Hello.
I know it.
Yeah.
Girl.
Now, you think you have a lot of people that you've worked with that like to micromanage everything?
Yes.
Okay.
And I say this because a lot of people like control. And that is just the human condition. We want to control. And I know, and from personal experience, I need to have a plan. And with plan A, If that doesn't work, I have plan B, C, D, and E. But what happens when all of the plans do not work? Like, what do you do? And it is scary. It's scary, but freeing when you relinquish control of things that you just cannot control.
Right.
Joy's like, yeah. It's like I said before, I was an executive chef before I got sick. So
Okay.
I did have to say I did micromanage a lot of my people because sometimes you had to because they didn't want to do anything. But what I've learned is over the years and with the disability that you got to just see the best of what a person has and work with that. Don't sit there and just let it go by and be like, okay, I'm all done, finished up. And, so, and that's what
and
I
try to work with the person.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes for the good of the whole, you have to kind of weed out the bad apples. So sometimes that person just can't work with you. Like their style, it just doesn't work. And it's slowing, especially in a restaurant where like it's fast paced. You got to move. People want their food. They want it good. They want it hot. And you can't have somebody who is not willing to put in that level of work like everybody else because it's not fair to the team. So I completely understand.
Yeah.
What do you say about like relationships? When like the people who
you opened up that one. I think that's why she lives in Texas now.
For people who feel like it never works out.
Okay, so here's what I would say with that. With relationships, it's hard because it's two people, right? So you have to look at, you can't control what the other person does. You can only control what you do. And if it never works out, before you jump into that next relationship, I always say this: unpack your baggage. Unpack your emotional baggage, because here's what happens. And it's a perfect example. I went back home to Jersey in June. And literally right now, to the right of me is a suitcase that still has clothes in it. Clean clothes, albeit, but clothes. Now, let's say I get a call. Joy calls me and says, girl, we're going to Barbados tomorrow. Pack your bags, we're going. Guess what? I can't, because I still have stuff in this baggage, and I can't make room for anything else because I still have stuff in here. Yeah. So that's what happens when you go from one relationship to another and you don't unpack those bags. Yep. So any person that says, I've tried relationships and it just doesn't work, maybe you need to stop, take a step back from being in a relationship and look intrinsically, like do the work within yourself and see what is the pattern. Are you choosing the same type of person? Is the same situation happening like in the different relationships? And what is it that you can actually do? What is the work? Sometimes, it's taking a step back and just kind of getting to know yourself, because with relationships, especially if it goes on to like marriage, you lose the I for us, for we. And in that, you lose a part of yourself. And that can happen in a relationship too. So it may take time for you to get to know, for me to get to know who Theeany is again. And the one thing that I like in my practice, I fully self-disclose with comfortability. Like, I'm not going to tell everybody all of my life, but I will be perfectly transparent. And when I divorced, I made the horrible mistake of dating right after that. For what? I was hurt, and I made really stupid decisions and dated complete idiots, and it was just a waste of time because I was hurting. I was hurting, and I didn't take time to actually mourn, because when you divorce, it is the death of a relationship, and you're going through mourning like you're losing a loved one. I didn't take that time to mourn, to heal. Like, I didn't do any of that. I was just like, back on the market, here we go. And it was a mess. It was a train wreck. But once I took a step back And I looked at all my baggage because I had a lot, and I unpacked all the stuff. I unpacked all the pain, the infidelity, the things that happened. Had a lot of prayer, went to counseling, worked a lot of things out with God. Like, okay, God, I need you to help me heal through all of this stuff. And, because certain things are triggers when you've been hurt before.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things become baggage. And I didn't realize it that I was carrying 3 suitcases of pain and, 2 attache cases of doubt
Tasha.
and, oh my goodness, and a duffel bag of worry. Like I had all of this baggage. And if you're not careful, you take it from one relationship to the other, and it's not, what happens is that you bring your past baggage to a current relationship, and you're making that person pay for what the old person did.
Yep.
And you added more baggage.
More baggage, more stuff for you to carry, instead of just taking the time, stepping out of being on the market, quote unquote, and deal with yourself. Deal with what's going on. Do some work with God. Huge proponent for counseling. If you
Yeah,
have to go to counseling.
actually, it was different for me because when I got divorced the first time, I was so happy to go to the attorney's office, sign that paper, and divorce, and I was happy. And I told her, "You can have everything. I don't care."
You just
Wow.
want it out, right?
I just want it out.
Yeah,
That's so
I
happy.
get it.
And
I get it.
and I've been remarried for 20 years, and I'm and I'm happy.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, yeah, congratulations. 20 years. That's amazing.
20
See, that's
years a
the
lot.
kind of stories I like.
So there are a few new people in the chat, Theeany. If you just tell them who you are again and what
Okay.
you're all about and all of that good stuff.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Theeany Shannon. I am a certified cognitive behavioral coach. I have my master's in clinical mental health counseling. And the name of my practice is called Finding Your Voice, Cognitive Behavioral Coaching. And what I do is help people discover who they are by helping them change the way that they think. So, looking at any negative or self defeating thought patterns, any type of behaviors, and really putting those thoughts on trial, rationalizing them, really looking at them to disarm them and helping you adopt a better way of thinking, which will help to trigger better behavior and better emotions. So, like I said, I help people discover who they are by helping them change the way that they think.
And guys, whoever's in the chat, if you have any questions for Theeany, please write them out. And
Please ask me.
Hey, Dad's Vintage Garage just came in.
Oh, look at that, Dad's Vintage Garage! Hey, when I was talking about
is here.
ago.
She said Kendall is here.
Oh, she is. Did
Awesome.
she do her vision board? If you want to jump in, you can.
And Eat Sleep Amazon says she believes everybody should go to counseling.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I believe. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing humility, because that's
Nothing
what
at
counseling
all.
does. It just says, "Hey, I'm humble enough to tell you that I'm not perfect, and
Right.
See,
nobody's perfect."
I work with a group called Insight, which is for legally impaired and blind men and women and children, and we're trying to get them to do a counseling class.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, especially, and my wife, she's sitting right here. It only happened to me 3 years ago of me losing my vision, and when you 2015. Okay, so almost 4 years, and I had no clue what to do.
Yeah.
And when I found Insight, they had me go to ceramics classes to learn how to use the other senses and stuff, but they're really looking at getting someone to go in and just teach people on the mental aspect of losing your vision.
Yeah. And how to adjust to that, because that's a major transition.
Right. But
especially for people who, like, you've had your sight your entire life up until 2015. So that's a major transition for you. Yeah. I get it.
What we said, they want to bring somebody in, but I told them you need to have somebody who's also gone through it. You can't
Mm-hmm.
have somebody that is a counselor that's coming in that is not legally blind, who is not blind because they don't know what we're going through.
Right.
Well, they brought somebody in and it didn't help anybody.
Mm.
So we're trying to get somebody new in.
Instead of talking with you.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, oh, can't you see this? Like they're trying to explain something. Can't you see? And it's
Right.
like,
And yeah,
hello.
they're not culturally competent at all, especially if they
Exactly.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, Tracy's asking a question here. What do
Okay.
you suggest for chronic illness that has no cure?
Mm.
Ah, Tracy, it's interesting you say that because I actually am dealing with a chronic illness myself. I have what they call costochondritis, which is inflammation of the cartilage. So it happens mostly um, in your rib cage, and it has the exact same feelings and symptoms of a heart attack. So when I first experienced it, I was in and out of the emergency room like all the time because I'm like, you can't tell me I'm not having a heart attack. I'm having the heaviness in my chest, shortness of breath, pain going down my left arm. Like I'm having all of these symptoms. Like I am not crazy. You go through, I am not crazy. And it took a very good, my primary care physician who listened to me. And he said, no, you're not crazy. Nothing's wrong with your heart. He said, you just have what they call costochondritis. Anything that ends with itis is inflammation of. And so it's inflammation in the cartilage in the what they call the intercostal spaces of the sternum. So that's why it feels like you're having shortness of breath because that cartilage becomes inflamed. So with chronic illness that has no cure, it is very important that you surround yourself with people who love you and who are positive. But the other thing is, those same people have to be the one to keep you accountable.
Mm.
Because what
Tracy, see?
what happens is that people who have a chronic illness, sometimes it's not as visible, like somebody who may have spina bifida or somebody who has MS. Some people have MS and you would never know it. Some people have
And
MS and
they
they're in
don't even know it.
wheelchairs.
And they
Yeah,
don't even know it.
right. And so with that, when you're experiencing your symptoms or when you're having a flare up or anything like that, it's easy to take on and use your illness almost like a crutch to say, well, I can have this attitude because you don't know what I'm going through. I have this, I have that. And so you need people who love you enough to say, I got you. I understand what you're going through, but that does not give you an excuse to be a jerk to everybody. So you need people who are going to pump you up, who can be your strength when you don't have the strength to be strong. But you also need those same people to keep you accountable and to make sure that you're not throwing yourself a pity party. To make sure that you're walking in victory and to help you keep um, the bright side of things, because when you have a chronic illness, it wears on you mentally. It wears on you mentally. And once your mind starts to break down and wear down, it's not long before the body follows. And
Mhm.
so a lot of times people go through like heart conditions and high blood pressure, or they have strokes and things of that nature. And not necessarily because they're unhealthy people, but because stress from the mind and the pressures of what they're going through affects their thoughts in such a way that that stress hits your body like a ton of bricks.
All
And
those
so
endorphins, yep, come out from it.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. Your cortisol levels, go through the roof, and it takes a toll on you. So I would say anybody who has a chronic illness, you have to surround yourself with people who love you, who are going to be positive for you, but also are going to keep you accountable. And that also that you are the same to them, because it's hard when you have a chronic illness that you kind of feel like the charity case, for everybody. You kind of feel like, oh, well, we won't do that because she can't do it. Or I don't want to come to you with my problems because you're already dealing with enough. Well, for somebody who has a chronic illness, it's like, no, I want to feel normal. Like, tell me what's going on with you because I want to help too. I don't want everybody just be helping me. Like, I want to talk too. I want to, talk to you and help you through things. So it's good to have a healthy exchange, but you need positive people in your corner. You need it. You need it. You need it. Bible says iron sharpens iron. So you have to sharpen one another.
Tracy, that's why you are with us in the morning with Darlene, because Darlene has chronic problems. You have chronic, myself, we all do. That's why we're in that group together, because we work with each other.
And that's the perfect forum for that, because you may not have the same exact illness, but you know what it means to have something that it's not leaving your body. Like, you have to deal with this day in and day out. So, it may not be the exact same thing, but you have compassion because you have experienced it. So,
see, I myself have a chronic condition too, and I would not let it stop me. I don't make excuses for myself. I just keep on going, and if I can't do something, I just, I fight it. I fight through it and continue on. I don't make excuses for myself.
And it's important too. I thank you for saying that, Ricardo, because it's good that you said if it's something that I can't do. Because I think sometimes society has these expectations for people who may be disabled or who have chronic illness to, kind of be the commercial version of having chronic illness. Well, I'm fine. I can do anything everybody else can do. I'm not going to let this, stop me. And you have those moments of victory where you're walking in that. But then there are some days where life just sucks. Like, you have a flare up or something happens and it's just a bad day or a bad week. It is just that. And that's okay. Like, being human is okay. And allowing people to be themselves and not minimizing their experience is like the best gift you can give to someone, because you are allowing them to be exactly who they are and not expecting them to be this commercial version of what you think that they should be. And so I'm glad that you said that. Like, if it's something that I can't do, I'll work through it and then I keep moving. And some people feel like they can't say, I can't do this.
Right. And that's why I'm on YouTube. I want the world to know, and I want my kids to remember me the way that I want to be remembered. That Dad, even though Dad can't do a lot of stuff that he used to do, I'm here and I'm showing people that even if you were legally blind, you can still do this.
Yes.
You have challenges, you fight through them every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm here because of Joy. Joy. She encouraged me to be to go on live, and I was procrastinating for a long time, and because of her, I'm here. So.
And look at you now. Like, look at you contributing to the conversation and having good points. Before you know it, you're gonna be running your own and having your own channel.
He has his auctions from like every week. You do an auction now.
Yep. See that?
I try. Yeah.
A little bit at a time. That's right. You procrastinated and now you're a part of this forum and you're doing your auctions. Before you know it, like, we're gonna be seeing you on TV. That'll be awesome.
That's right. We just speak life. Everybody just know that we have to continue to speak life into each other's lives. Yes. Like, you never know what, again, as we always say, this right here can either be used for death or life. And choose life when you speak. You know what I mean? Try your best to choose life. It's not always easy, but try, and you think about the end result before you open your mouth, then you might think twice before you say something negative.
Yep.
I mean, Joy even has her own song sung to her every morning on the show.
What? I love it. What's the song?
Joy to the World by 3 Dog Night.
Oh man, Joy, that's awesome. You got a song, girl.
Darlene,
Like this, like,
wait, Darlene. The funniest part is because we don't want to get the copyright. You don't want to do it exactly like it. She's like,
Right.
joy to the world. Oh, joy to the fishes. And it
Uh-huh. That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Hey Maria, what's going on? I met Maria tonight, guys. Check her channel out if you
Hi,
can.
Maria.
Maria, please check out everyone else in the chat as well. Tonight, the special guest is Theeany. She is a certified coach. You know what I'm saying? Like cognitive behavioral coach. So if you need that extra, inspiration or just somebody to help kind of lead you in the right direction of learning who you are, please check her out. I think people have been putting her information in the chat. So Maria, please check out Theeany. Be sure to follow her on her Instagram, on her Facebook, and also check out her services too, because we all need a little bit of therapeutic health and health checks from our lives from time to time. So definitely.
Sometimes.
You work with City Year at all?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
You work with City Year at all?
City Year?
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar with City Year. What is City Year?
City Year, I don't, Joy, I know we have it here, but I thought it was around the country, isn't it?
Oh, I never heard of it either.
City Year is from 12 to 16-year-olds that they work with the city, and they work during the summer. Like it's almost like a summer camp, but they go out and they get counseling because some of them have been in trouble with and they go out and they like clean up a playground, or they help out with counseling with the kids at a daycare, at a camp during the day. But it's really good. It's been around for about 10 years now. So,
I'll check that out. See if they have that out here in
something
Dallas.
I know with you being a life coach and working on that aspect, that's as I know a lot of people that do it, and even though they say that, oh well, I'm a doctor, but they'll come out there and they'll still do everything that help these kids, help the kids out,
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely check that out. City Year. Okay.
Maggie Douglas said City Year is a great organization. They are active here in Philadelphia. See?
Oh, okay. So I'll definitely see if they have that out here in Dallas. Yep. Oh, and also my services my services are based online, so I do them 3 ways. Online via a streaming platform like this, or Google Hangout or Skype. But for those who live like in the Dallas Metroplex area, I do them in community. So I can do, sessions at a location of your choice, or I can do them in home where I come to the house and work with you as well. So convenience is a big thing, because I know not everybody has the schedule to go to a physical place. And then a lot of times now it's an emerging practice of what they call there's a company called Talkspace, where they have telephonic counseling or online counseling. A lot of therapists now are doing, sessions on Skype, or they're doing it on Google Hangout. So just want to...
And it's good. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's good for people who have a hard time leaving the house to even go to a session.
Yep.
So it's very good and convenient for those. So like now you don't have an excuse to say you couldn't get help, because now
you get the bus or my car broke down.
Right. Yeah. Or some people physically they can't, or
or
it's very hard for them to they may be bed bound, or they can't leave. Yeah.
And they don't want to go to an office that has a name where, the pride is there and the name is
there.
Right. Saw me walking in there, now they think I'm crazy.
All right.
Maggie Doodle says, do you do group sessions or just work with individuals?
I do group sessions, and I also work with individuals. It's whatever, you're comfortable with. Some people, when it comes to coaching, they want one-on-one, and then some people are open to the group process. One thing I like about groups is that when you have a group of, say, like 4 or 5 people, everyone kind of takes on a certain role. Like even in this forum here, everybody has kind of like their own niche their own role that they kind of take on. So it's interesting. And what is helpful about that is that the group is like a microscopic view of a bigger picture. So I can kind of see, how Joy is because of how she kind of operates in the group, how she could possibly be, outside of the group, whether it's in a workspace or with her family or whatever. So that's why I like doing groups as well, because it helps the people within the group work with different people, how to work with a person, because not everybody are, they're not people, not everybody knows how to interact. So being in a group really helps that. So yes, I work with both.
Right. Do you, I know because a lot of people I've, from some friends and everything have done that. Do you, have you seen people, have you done it personally, given your group's homework?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I have given homework, nothing too strenuous. I know some clinicians that are very heavy on the homework, and I know for myself personally, I'm like, I come here to talk. And I'm an auditory processor and learner. Like I learn better by hearing, not writing. Like, if I do books, it's an audible book. Like I cannot sit and physically read a book. Like I'm like, so to give homework, I try to give homework that is meaningful, something that is going to um trigger like deep thought, something that is going to cause them to go inside themselves and think about it, and something that's not too lengthy. Nobody wants to, not everybody journals, and people who journal keep doing it, but not everybody journals. So I try to, I don't give homework all the time, but when I do, I try to make it meaningful.
Because I know a friend of mine, because I sat with him once, that he had to do a life cycle on his, and the man, he was by like the second stage, he was like, I'm done. I can't do this. Because he got the point.
Exactly.
He gets the points where you don't want to remember that point or something,
And if you're not ready to address that part, it's for nothing. People have to be ready to go there. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. And there's no amount of homework or paper or writing that's going to change that.
Right.
Ricardo, Dad's Vintage said hi.
Oh, hi. I was thinking, if I get homework, I better be certified. Get certified.
Right.
I don't want to take home and then like it's like 6 months homework. I'm like I better get certified.
Get like a certificate, right? For
Yeah, there you
completing
go.
everything. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about it. The English teachers and the Spanish teachers aren't going to yell at you if you don't get it done.
Does anybody else in the chat have more questions? Because I'm going to start wrapping it up soon. Just feel free to write it down. We'll chat a little longer, but ask any questions you have. Theeany, so here's another thing.
Okay.
For businesses, for people who are small businesses, to be an entrepreneur, like what can you suggest people do to not give up and to not go back and forth? Because I know you mentioned that once you keep on thinking, recycling bad thoughts, that's what's the end result going to be. So how do you break that chain in a business?
Small businesses are they are unique because people kind of treat them almost like pass or fail. And so what I try to tell people is that Amazon, before it became Amazon, it was just a small online company that sold books. And look at Amazon now. They had to start somewhere. So I always tell people, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to start a small business and you're scared and you've been procrastinating, do it anyway. Do it scared, because you don't know what it is, and you don't know that what you have may be the thing that can change people's lives. Like you have something to contribute with your business. And that idea didn't just get there by happenstance. Like God put it, there's a reason why that idea for that business is in your head and it's in your heart. So for that, it's do it anyway. Secondly, I would say to get a mentor. Look at the thing that you're looking to do. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my angle right. Look at the thing that you're looking to do, whatever business it is. Look at people who have done it and done it successfully, and try to glean from them. Get a business mentor and surround yourself with people. Now, here's the key. You can't tell everybody your vision because not everybody's in your corner. Some people are bitter and they kind of want to see your downfall, especially people who have known you for however long. And you may be wanting to take a positive turn in your life and you see this as a direction. Sometimes you have to be selective with who you tell, but be able to trust somebody with your dream and with your vision who'll be able to help you and keep you accountable during those times where you feel defeated, where you feel like, okay, this is not working out. I've been putting my foot to the ground trying to get all this started and it's not working. You need that person to keep you going. And the other thing that I would say is to look at the big picture and let that be your motivation. Look at what it is that you're trying to get to and know that to get there, you have to start where you are. So the Bible teaches, don't despise the small beginnings. And everybody's small beginning is different. For some, it's just passing out business cards. For some, it's making phone calls. For some, it's just really sitting down and writing this vision or this business plan of what it is. Whatever it is that's in your hand to do, you have exactly what you need to start. So just start. And even though you're scared, do it scared. Do it anyway, because there is potential in that and there is greatness in what is in your heart and in your mind to do. And, I bring God into the equation because, I love God and I follow him and, this just is what it is. But he put that vision in your heart for a reason. And so he's just looking for an opportunity to show you what he can do with you and through you if you trust him. So a lot of times it's taking that step. And, the Bible talks about our steps are ordered of God, but it's up to us to move our feet. So that's why I say, whatever it is, if you're scared, do it anyway. Take that leap of faith and jump. Surround yourself with positive people who can support your vision and your dream, and see who have gone before you and have done it and glean from them, and keep moving, keep striving, keep trusting, keep making phone calls, keep giving business cards, keep doing live streams, keep doing auctions, keep doing all of those things. Because if you're faithful with the little things, he'll give you much more.
That's right.
So don't despise the small beginnings.
See, my mentors are in the chat. They're up here.
Yeah, awesome. See?
They're my mentors. So.
Yes. Well, I really, truly enjoyed what you said and the encouragement that you gave. I hope everybody got a little something out of it in the chat, in the panel. What I always like to do before I end anything, and then I'm going to give you the stage again, is just to remind everybody that you are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are amazing. There is no mistake about you. And the reason why there's no mistake, whoever you believe in, whether it be God, your maker, or whoever it is that you believe in that brought you here, wouldn't have done it if they did not think you had the capability of being the difference for someone, or putting something great into society to make it better. So just know that you are loved. You were created from love. Therefore, there is no mistake. You may have ups and downs, which is okay, because we're human and we're broken, and that's normal. But don't allow those things to keep you down. Like Theeany just said, we have our friends, our families, our mentors, the people that you truly trust and really have your back. Turn to them. Turn to God or your maker or your creator, whoever you believe in, and just tell them how you truly feel. Never be afraid to be humble and show your weaknesses as much as you can show your greatness. Because the more we open up, the more we get to reach those unlimited potentials that none of us may have thought we had. Because I believe that the impossible and the possibilities are always possible. And they become possible because we keep trying. And also, you know how I do know that you are beautiful and amazing, because you are making and being the difference in the world. Everything that we do here on Hello World is meant for us to feed ourselves, learn something from the chat or whatever we say, and just to bring it out to our general society so that our world will continue to be better. Yes. So I'm here on Hello World every single night between the hours of 7 and 9 is when I start. If you want to get to know anything about Theeany, anything about Be the Difference clothing, or the books I may have written, or the people that I've documented.
Yes, Miss Author. Yes, ma'am.
Check the links down below. Theeany's link will be down there probably tomorrow. I want to give a shout out to NASCAR Man 3345. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys in the chat for always giving me a little bit of time. I'm going to give the floor back to Theeany. So if she has any last things to say to us, then you can just go ahead and say that.
Okay. I just want to say this is a complete honor to be with all of you guys. Like, I have thoroughly enjoyed this chat. I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting each and every one of you. And I look forward to not only continuing to build with you guys, but also to sharing and to receive, to give and to receive everything that you have to offer. And just remember, like Joy said, you are not a mistake, that within you there is purpose, and even more than that, there is destiny. And as long as you have those things, you are still here. So keep moving. God has ordered your steps, but it's up to you to move your feet. And that's all I got to say.
You got anything you want to say, NASCAR Man 3345?
I want to thank you, Theeany. You got it amazing.
Thank you.
And of course, Joy, you always rock every single show you do.
Yes, ma'am.
If you guys want to, like I said, I have my shows that I have on. I have my auction tomorrow night. I have my racing, so you got to come and check that out. We race every Friday night. And come and check out the merch, guys. And like I said, keep your life positive. Always reach for those stars and never give up.
More toys, more fun. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you again for being here. Don't forget, you can catch me every single night between 7 and 9. And until we meet again, may you guys have a beautiful evening. Rest well. Wake up refreshed so you can be the difference yet another day. So I'm signing out with my friends, NASCAR Man 3345 and Theeany, who is our special guest.
Love you guys.
Hello world. All of us have to say it. Come on now. All of us have to say it.
Okay.
On cue. 1, 2, 3.
Hello
world.